All right, I know I wasn't the only one trying to figure out the filtration system on the Homestead, so come on, let me show you what I did. Hey, welcome back to the Mountain Wizard. So today we're going to go over how to set up a filtration system on your well. There's a multitude of reasons, but even if you're not using the water at your house, it's a good idea to have a couple of filters set up to reduce the sediment going through the lines, especially if you've got this going up to an irrigation setup or using it in nozzles on garden hoses. That sediment's going to clog those up. So we started with a 1-inch sediment filter that I picked up from Lowe's, and I will get a picture of that. So this is that. It's just a sediment filter here, removable screen inside, ball valve on the bottom that threads on, and these are slip joint fittings, so you can just glue the pipe into that. This one is a 1-inch, but it came with adapters that would take you up to like 1.5 inches or 2-inch. It doesn't show on there. So there's that. Then we went into one of these 10-inch cartridge filters. And in here, I've just got a pleated filter. Again, we're just removing sediment is the main reason here. So from there, then we start where we've got our faucet, and then we've got a ball valve that'll send water up to our orchard, which is just irrigation, and we've got a hydrant up there. Now, if I'm going to send the water to my house, I've got another filter that I send it through. This will remove some of the finer sediment, but then this filter also helps remove some of the odors. We've got a lot of sulfur in this water, rust, which we really shouldn't have, and sand. So these filters are a little bit more money. They're about $30 a piece. They don't last as long if you don't have the sediment and pleated style filters in place. So this is just another 10-inch. I think these are like 4.5 inches wide by 10-inch long. I can put links down below where you can find these parts on Amazon. It's not anything spectacular, but if you're just trying to get your eyes on what we're dealing with here. So the only time this filter is in use is if we are filling our main cistern where we're low on rainwater and we need to use the well, or we are using the bypass and sending it directly up to the house. So those 3 filters, I feel like that's a pretty good base and gets the water pretty clean. If we are bypassing and going up to the house or filling the cistern, it goes through additional filters over there. So I will send you that, or I'll do a video on that as well. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all of you that keep coming back for more videos. Please leave a comment down below if you got questions. I'm interested in hearing them, and that way I can either help answer them or do another video format regarding that topic if I need to. If you need help setting up any of this, reach out. I'll do the best that I can. Somehow this has turned into plumbing seems to be a priority here on the Homestead. All right, before I cover this hole back up, I'm going to show you how I added the inline filters for our rainwater system before it gets pumped up to the house and throughout the rest of the homestead. So before, I had a 1-inch line coming out of the ground here, went directly to this manifold off the bottom of the pressure tank, and there was a ball valve here. What I did was I dug down my line and I cut that, took off all of the ball valve and everything that was here, and switched over to Pex. So brought it off the manifold over to my inlet coming into my primary filter, which is going to be a pleated 10-inch filter in there. Then I went to my secondary. This is a whole house water filter as well. This one is reducing the sediment, large particles, rust, and sand down to 5 microns. And then comes into my third filter, and that one is going to reduce the sediment, odor, rust, and sand, and it also is going to filter down to 5 microns. I may end up changing this one out to a higher micron rating just to prolong the life of it. But we're going to see how well these pleated ones do. They've got a 20 micron rating on them. So see how many months we get out of them. Those are cheap. I can replace those several times. You know, I'll put a link in these down below, but I'm thinking it was like $20 for 4 of these or something like that, whereas these ones are almost $30 a piece. So these 2 filters here were, they came pre-assembled, but I added this third one here so that way I could put in the pleated filter. So we got our inlet, we got a ball valve put there where we can shut that off to change filters, and then our outlet is here. Got another valve where we can shut this off. That way we're not draining back down the hill, because all of this is set up altitude-wise lower than the house sits and the majority of the homestead. So we can shut that off, and that way we're not backflowing into the system. I just came down here, installed another 90, and tied back into the 1-inch line that was there. So I should have done this a long time ago. I had too many projects going on, so you'll have that sometimes. I went ahead and installed a new garden hose bib here because I had one and the handle was broke on the last one, so now we've got that. And I put in a new gauge. The old one was getting hard to see. Pressure switch was still in good shape. I keep spares on the shelf in case we end up in one of those times. That should answer that. If you've got any other questions, then reach out. Put a comment down below. You know, when you scroll down and you hit like and subscribe and sign up for notifications, just below that you can leave a comment and then I can help you. So thank you for tuning back into the Mountain Wizard. I appreciate it, and I'm just here to help. So if there's something else we can do, then just let me know and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys.